I'm going to start with a hot take here. And if you think this is a hot take, drop a like on this video, consider subscribing. Do you think DoorDash really cares about your earnings? Really? I'll say, as you're commenting down below, I'll say they do, because you're part of the piece of the pie here. You need Dashers, customers, and merchants, but I think it's pretty clear, like, yeah, they care, but their goal, first and foremost, is to run a successful and profitable company. I think I know that I care more about your earnings than DoorDash, because, yeah, they care, but they're trying to run the profitable business. Now, who cares more than me about your earnings? It's you, clearly, right? And that's completely okay. So in this video, let me get you some hacks here, because I care about your earnings. I want you to succeed and not be frustrated, because I've been there. But use this stuff, please. Use this on your next shift. Number one, if DoorDash gives you Top Dasher, usually to start, like usually if it's your first month, or maybe if you just joined again and it's been some time, let me know if you've done that. But if they give you Top Dasher, try it out. Try that Dash Anytime, because that's basically the only benefit you get now on Top Dasher. Now, I would specifically use it in the gray zones, ideally during peak pay. So with Top Dasher, I can still go online. You don't have to rely on Dash Now, I should say. You don't have to rely on Dash Now. So use Dash Anytime when there's peak pay and see, is it oversaturated because, you know, it's not a red zone. I can't dash now. There we go. It's not a red zone. Is it worth it to go online in gray zones? Number two, go into your driver app right now and do this. Go into your app, under accounts, then click on settings, then choose your preferred navigation. I'm sure this is, if you've been doing this for a while, you probably know that. But if you're new, do that so you're not fumbling around with some random navigation you're not used to. Number three, actually, continuing down, click on this promotional push notifications. Now, honestly, it's like half helpful, half annoying that you'll get kind of pop downs in your phone that says, hey, it's busy now, there's peak pay going on now. But I've seen sometimes, very rarely, but they'll tack on even more peak pay. But I would keep this on just for, again, a spur of the moment peak pay that's not on your promo tab. And then anything new, if they happen to send any kind of new challenges, guaranteed pay, whatever it is, I wouldn't want to miss out because I didn't have this turned on. Why not? Continuing down from that, number four, I've said this before recently, verify the pizza bag. So if you don't have a catering bag for larger orders, obviously, but bags that will not fit in that hot and cold bag, Outback Steakhouse, Olive Garden maybe, and I know Red Lobster, like anywhere where they give you the larger bags. If you're doing DoorDash for more than 3 months, I'd say, I would get a pizza bag and a catering bag. You're going to use it a lot, you'll find out. And obviously you can use it for sporting events, picnics, what have you. We have a team storefront. It is linked down below in the description if you need accessories for most any of these side hustles. Nextly, listen, I'm trying to be honest with you, with absolutely brutally honest with everything that I tell you here on this channel. And this one is to not immediately opt in and or trust any incentives, let alone from DoorDash, like any incentive from these apps in the side hustle economy. Because look at your acceptance rate, right? It's not a big deal. There's no minimum acceptance rate, but there's encouragement like, hey, if you accept 50% of more of orders, you get priority access. Sounds pretty good, VIP, right? Priority access to the highest paying orders in your market. But you might ignore or not even think about it. You have to accept 50% of orders. So 50% of orders better be worth it mathematically, statistically in the market for you to even consider priority access. Number six, learn the shift Audible. That's a strategy that we teach here. It's in our course, Mastering Delivery, also linked down below if you want an A to Z course on food delivery platforms. I would not use this often, okay? But what happens is if you get pulled out of your scheduled zone, scheduled or Dash Now, it doesn't matter, your current zone for dashing, and I get pulled out like 15 minutes into a new zone, that's It's mainly on you, okay? I'm sorry, because you're the one that accepted that order request. Anyway, if you happen to get pulled out 15 minutes, let's say, that new zone versus driving 15 minutes back into your current active scheduled zone, is it worth it to just go offline, end the dash, and I don't even have to drive back, and I can go online now using Dash Now in the new zone? I'm shifting, well, I'm taking an Audible, I guess, on my shift to not have to have commuting miles. Now, it's really going to be up to you if it's worth it, because you have to basically assume that you can dash now in the new zone, because you can't see that when you're on a current dash. Like, you can't see the current red zone status of a different market segment when you're currently on a dash. But then you can't really stay farther away from your scheduled zone. If you plan on continuing the dash in the current scheduled zone, you got to drive back. And the Dasher app is going to tell you, like, you have to at least get close to the zone to be considered for more order requests. Moving on, number 7. I feel like, let me know down below in the comments if you agree with this, but I feel like in all the years I've researched DoorDash and Dashing, right, that I have not seen DoorDash throwing you incentives for not driving as much. And I feel like Uber Eats especially, but probably even Grubhub, I think DoorDash does this the least. If you stop driving for a month, or if you drive, like you used to drive 4 or 5 days a week, now you're down to like 1 or 2, it seems like they don't really care. Again, let me know if you agree with that, as far as being like, hey, come back to the platform, drive more days, here's more peak pay. It seems to be the most strict on purely algorithms. Like, if it's busy, here's your peak pay or nothing. Number 8, simple, bookmark this DoorDash blog news page to be in the know about the company, and important changes to the platform might be posted here as well, including Dasher specific announcements. Number 9, very important, but we've talked about this, so I'll leave some videos linked above for you, that you have to have different strategies for earn by order and earn by time now. And now they're offering different pay for each. So I should say peak pay rather, that they'll give you maybe $1.50 peak pay per order and then $4 per hour. But then on earn by time, you can only decline once per hour, and then it kicks you out of that and you have to go into earn by order. Plus, on earn by time, you're only getting paid for the active time. And I guess that makes sense, because you're not getting paid for, dash time. There's dash time, I'm just online in general, and active time is when I'm on an assignment. So if you're on earn by order and you're online, but you're not on an assignment, I mean, you're still not getting paid anyway, so consider that. Okay, number 10, let's just give you a blitz here of multiple tips that I would use as a DoorDash Dasher. Again, we'd love to have you a part of the team here. Consider subscribing, drop a like on this video. Let's get into it. Number 1, don't believe every restaurant's ETA, okay? If they say it's gonna be 15 minutes especially, it might be 25 minutes. Number 2, park smartly, and you're gonna have to honestly weigh the pros and cons of, I know I shouldn't park here, but I mean, there's literally like nowhere else I can park easily here. This is the closest spot. I'm not saying you should do it, just weigh the pros and cons in real life when it comes to parking. Next, don't wait in regular lines at these restaurants. I don't care if it's like 10 people for a popular restaurant, fast food chain, whatever it is. You're not here to place an order. Don't wait in the line to get to the register. Just go, next to everybody there, go to the front, and you can either say something or not. I mean, you can have the hot and cold bag with you. You should have it with you. It gets attention. Or you can just flag someone down and say, hey, who do I talk to for delivery? Or I'm doing a delivery pickup. Focus on and understand how non-restaurant runs go. I've been saying this like for the past year on all of these food delivery platforms, other than like Grubhub. I feel like they're falling behind a little bit, but Uber Eats and DoorDash, they're focusing on non-restaurant runs. So convenience, shopping, package pickup we have now on DoorDash, and grocery, among others. DoorDash cited in their most recent earnings call that customers are ordering more and more the longer that they're trying these non-restaurant platforms. And honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That gives you more options as a Dasher or an Uber Eats driver. And it's gonna be up to you, because who cares the most about your earnings? It's you. DoorDash is gonna do one thing, try to get you to do one thing, but you need to make the smartest decision if that grocery shopping run is gonna be worth worth it. If going into that 8-count CVS shopping run is going to be worth it. If picking up that package and returning it to FedEx on package delivery is going to be worth it. Let me know which one of these hacks helped you the most, and please comment down below anything I missed. I'm sure there's things, market specifics, other alternatives, etc. Let me know down below.